world as a whole, and taking from what I had explained thus far in this interview that there's more to human beings than just meets the eye. I would stop that tendency of immediately judging, discriminating, attacking a human being just based on one point. Because you do not know the history of that human being. You do not understand their position in the total context of existence as a whole. What I would do is remember that one can only know another human being in their totality if one in fact know oneself. And that we do not even know. And the only process that is currently in this world is destiny. Destiny is the destiny of this existence. And destiny is and will be individual human beings living the change, being the change, implementing the change in this world and this reality as the living examples of destiny. We've always been waiting for our destiny. We've always been manifesting destiny into an entity. Here we say we must become the destiny of the universe, of existence, and become meaning to actually be it in our living action as living examples. So, for those that are ready, place existence inside you and walk it with you as yourself, remembering that what you're walking in your process is not only for you, but for everything and everyone else. And to realize that you first got to start with yourself. Because before you can know anyone, you first got to know yourself. And to understand another human being, you first have to understand yourself and everything of yourself. So be patient, walk your process, and share your realization so that others might take from it. And do not walk in fear of speaking, of standing, of changing, as I did. There's only one road where accepting and allowing oneself to be led by or directed by programming and systems and one's past lead to, and that's simply death and then non-existence, where all that remains of you is simply a presence. Do not die and be left with just being a presence. I would make something more of my life. And in walking my life review, I could see how I was in fact responsible for every single decision and action and experience that I accepted and allowed inside me. There was always a knowing that I could stop, that I could change, but I didn't. And each human being walking this process will know of that moment. It comes in a fleeting breeze within yourself. And it's like everything stops and you have an opportunity to change your direction, but we don't. I would pay attention to those moments where, for example, you've seen a particular habitual pattern of how it is that you work yourself up into a specific state of energetic thinking experience, and where that action or that experience would lead one into action. And even during that whole process, you do know what it is you're doing. It's like you're even observing what it is that's going on inside you. And with Desteni, we have the practical support and assistance tools that will give you that opportunity to develop those moments of windows of opportunities where you are assisted and supported with showing you how you can stop your pre-programming, your programs, and change your living where you in fact make the decisions within yourself and your life and your living. I would take this life and make it everything that I'm able to in disciplining myself and my living, not only for myself, but for existence as a whole. I mean, if you simply have a look at your individual process, you're not only walking it for yourself, you're walking it for everyone as yourself. It's going to take time and patience. One can just imagine looking at your own life within yourself, the extent to which everything created who and what it is that you are now. So be patient and walk it and become meaningful within yourself and this world. Let this world, this life, this earth have actual real meaning. So understand also in terms of human beings that are in leadership positions, like I myself was, that everyone tend to judge, attack, discriminate the individual person. Like I used the example of the beggar living on the street, for example, or me myself, in the extent to which everyone attacked me. Not realizing that the position that I was standing in was because of the system that I represented, that I was locked into, that I had to function within, that I was forced into. And we tend to yell and scream and hate and take revenge on the individual. But I was in that position as a representation of a system that is being accepted by everyone in this world and this reality. The same with the beggar on the street. We intend to blame the person for where they are and how they are within their position on the street. We don't take on the very system that is causing that beggar to have to be living on the street. I mean, one can simply look at, for example, that human's being total life design and see how it was because of and due to the family they were born into not having money within their generations, not having an education or an opportunity into this world and this reality to be able to assert themselves into the world system in functioning within the normal crowd of human beings that have money, that have a abundant life experience. So this is another important point that I implore you to consider within your walking in this world and this reality. It's not the individual person by themselves alone. It's the very system that they represent. And to look beyond and through only the individual and have a look at the totality of why it is that they are in that position. What do they have to do? What system is it that they have to function within, and why? How is that system existing? Why is it existing? What is making it exist? It is all of our acceptances and allowances. I mean, even within my position, I was extremely limited in what type of decisions I could make. And it was because of and due to the extensive manifestation and type and structure and functioning of the system that I was existing within and standing within my country towards my people. And I was constricted within the avenues available to me to manifest a substantial difference within this world. I mean, you really don't understand the enslavement of a leader in this world or a leader figure into the very system that they represent or stand within. And therefore, one cannot judge a being within the position that they are in this world, in this reality, attack the individual, yell and scream, and judge and throw tantrums, because it's not the individual in themselves, it's the very system they represent.